What's going on, guys? It's Unknown Player here, and in this video we're going to take a look at my 335 Hunter in detail, so the weapons, the armor, exotics and favorite items to use, and also a general look at my inventory and some of my rarest items in Destiny. This should hopefully answer a lot of commonly asked questions, so what weapon I'm using, what the perks on that thing, or what my preferred loadout in both PvE and PvP, and I'll try and go over most items and take a brief look at them and why I like them, where I got them from and stuff like that. So let's begin. Firstly, let's take a look at the character. Of course, like I said, he is 335. I've also got 5,000 Grimoire. That is nearly max. I believe I'm missing 2 Grimoire cards. I need 1 more for the doubles plays, but I'm not sure if doubles is still going. I don't think it is. So until Bungie decide to start Crimson doubles again, I need to wait for that one. And I'm also missing another 15 Grimoire for the next boss, which is going to be in the Challenge of the Elders. So that is my Grimoire right there. If you're wondering what these boons are, this one is the Mercy of Azaris. So back in year 1 of Destiny, you used to actually buy your boons straight from Brother Vance, and they'd appear right here as buffs. So that is still there, and it hasn't been taken away from me. So that is why that is there. Now, my main weapon, this is probably my favorite weapon to use right now in Destiny, and you've probably seen it in most of my gameplay, especially on my trials footage. This is the Serosa Disc 47. I made numerous videos on these things saying how good they are, and honestly, I stand by that. They are some of the best weapons in Destiny, and also some of the most unique. You don't see a lot of people using them, but they are very, very lethal. So this one I've got right here is basically a God Roll one. It's perfect stability. As you can see, it's got 100, so it's completely maxed out, and it's also full auto. So basically think of this thing as like the Serosa Regime, the auto rifle, the way it's fired really slowly, but it's really accurate, except this thing is a scout rifle, so it can kill you from across the map, and that is why I love the thing. It's a really, really good weapon. Scout rifles are my favorite weapons to use in Destiny, so this is why I've gone for this one, and it's definitely my most reliable. I've also got this thing, which you might also see is very easily confused for the Disc 47, but it's actually the Disc 43. It's got a slightly different paint job. Well, this thing is basically a slower rate of fire and high impact. It's the exact same thing as the Disc. This one is also full auto. I've got like 10 different rolls of the Disc 47 and 43, but this one is actually full auto, and it's also a slower version. So this one hits harder and is more of a long range weapon, and the 47 over here is more of a close range weapon, and it fires a lot faster. I've got the Hawk Moon, which I'm loving right now. I'm absolutely having so much fun with this thing in PvP. It was my favorite weapon to use in year 1, so I'm so glad it's back. Now, my sniper, this has been my go-to sniper for pretty much all of Destiny year 2 and the Taken King, and this thing, like I said, it isn't even a god roll for PvP. If anything, it's more of a PvE weapon because it's got triple tap, which is really good for bosses. In these scopes, I've got this awful one, which I've never used before, the Short Gaze 10, which is probably the best PvP one, and the Ambush, which is a nice option as well. Explosive rounds, but I don't ever use, and this one right here, which is Vex Minotaurs, don't ever use that either. I use Reinforced Barrel, which gives me more range, which I love, and Spray and Play. This thing reloads insanely fast when the mag is empty, so definitely a very good option right there. And that is the 1000 yard I'm always using. The Stolen Wool, I've also made a video on that and how to get it, and the details and the review of the weapon if you want to watch that. I've got the 3 weapons right here, the Queenbreaker's Bow, the Lord of Walls, and the Dread Potato right here, which I haven't actually got around to using, but I do want to try out. You might notice my latest addition. This thing is the Zen Meteor. I actually finally got this thing, and if you're wondering why it's 315, that's another story I may say in another video. And we've got the Conspiracy Theory D, which is probably my go-to shotgun. Now, looking into my heavy, I've got the Raised Lighter. This, of course, is my favorite weapon, probably my favorite heavy in Destiny right now. I just absolutely love the thing. Just destroys mages, so it's just a fun thing to use. And we've got the Dread Fang, we've got the Quidam's Terminus, and the Truth, which is my PvP rocket launcher. Now, into my Ghost Shells. These I'm really happy with, and they're all basically optimized for different things. So the Taken looking ones are for PvE. I basically rotate between which enemy I'm killing, and I'll get as much glimmer as possible. So the Taken, the Hive, and the Fallen. And I've also got 2 ones here for PvP, so I get bonus glimmer from killing hunters or titans in the Crucible, and they're all optimized so I can basically swap between intellect, discipline, and strength and try and get the maximum rolls I can. So right now I've got 5, 4, and 2 on my actual rolls right here. Now, my helmet, this thing, which I absolutely love, the Warden Sight, just love the look of it, especially with the shade, which I'll get into in a second. This Iron Banner helmet used to be my main go-to one. It's got really good perks, and I may go to it eventually, but for now I'm just using the Warden Sight because I love the look of it. The Graviton Forfeit, that is my, without a doubt, favorite exotic to use in Crucible for Shade Step, and I get to use Keen Scout, so I can see people through walls, which is pretty funny. This one I really love the look of. It's the Spectre Aspirate Mask, and if you put the red chroma, you can actually have these red glowing eyes, which I think looks really awesome. The Actiphage Symbiote gives you 4 golden gunshots, which is really good in Mayhem, and they've actually buffed it in the April update, thankfully. I've got a throwback to the Vault of Glass Hunter Raid helmet, just love this thing. And I've also got a skull here from the Festival of the Lost, which just looks awesome. I'll never get rid of this. These are my gauntlets, they've got sniper reload, pretty happy with these. I've got a bunch of other ones that I'm collecting. My chest piece, again, Iron Banner, got perfect perks, and the Void armor, which is really important to me, because I always use the Void subclass, of course. And I've got this jacket, which is pretty cool, from these PlayStation exclusive Sublime Engrams. Into the boots, my favorite exotic is the Bones, gotta be the Bones. I just love having the extra jump, and they've also got rocket ammo as well. Into my cloaks, this is actually one of my favorite areas. I absolutely absolutely love the cloaks I use. I've got the Dead Orbit exotic one, and a lot of people ask me, how do I get to use 2 exotic armor pieces at the same time? Well, this actual cloak has a perk on it called the Life Exotic, which means you can run multiple exotic armor pieces at the same time as this one. So that is how that works. This one is from the Prison of the Elders, of course. This is the Taken one. We've got the Iron Banner one. These 2 Flare Cloaks, these are the only ones I have. I don't actually have the Arc one, which I'm still missing at the moment. And this is a very, very old one from the old Iron Banner. It's still running right now, but this one you can see it's got 30 lights. This is the OG Iron Banner Cloak. And of course the Shattered Vault Cloak, this is from the Vault of Glass as well. I absolutely love the design of this thing. I so wish you can infuse it, and I really hope they remove the light level from class items so you can actually customize your Guardian and wear anything you want. It doesn't have to be tied to light level. I've got these artifacts right here, which are nothing too special, just basically tune between them for different amounts of intellect and discipline, that kind of stuff. And now into the bottom page, we've got these sparrows, nothing too special here. I've got this one from the Sterling Treasure. Quite like the look of it, it's very sleek looking. Got some horns from Sparrow Racing, some ships. This is the Dead Orbit one, the Fermi Solution, probably my favorite one in the game. And I got this back when it used to be really, really rare. So I'm happy with this thing. I love the design of it. And I've got some other ones from Vault of Glass, the first one you get from the first ever mission, and a bunch of stuff from Iron Banner and the Raid and stuff like that. Into these shaders, this one I'm currently rocking right now, the Ascendant Plane. You get this from the King's Vault Raid, in case you're wondering. The emblems, this is probably my favorite item in all of Destiny, and definitely one of the most rarest items. I'd say probably less than 100 people in the world have this thing, and I get a load of comments on my Twitter and in my inbox, in my comments. How do you get the emblem? Did you beat a Bungie team, or are you a Bungie employee? And the answer is I was actually in, I think, the 2nd or 3rd ever Bungie bounty back when the game launched in 2014. And Deon, of course, is the Bungie community manager, placed the bounty on a bunch of me and Peasant Guard's heads, who is my clan, and we all got the emblem because he went undefeated for the hour, and that's how you get the thing. If you are the Bungie bounty and you take part in it, or if you beat the team who is the Bungie bounty being placed on for the hour, that's how you obtain the emblem. And I've also got some other ones which are like the Xynos and Charles Flores ones, and this one for the beta. So other things that I like look of and I occasionally use from time to time. If we look at my inventory, we can see some of my consumables. This is stuff I was talking about not selling this stuff because it's worth more if you save them in Glimmer. So I've got like nearly 100,000 worth of Glimmer in total of this stuff and some other stuff in my vault. And the Royal Amethyst, which is worth 5k in itself. So do not trade these in, just save them in your inventory and it's worth extra Glimmer. You can basically save up an extra economy above the 25k cap. And if we look at my quest line, you can see these are the ranks of my factions, in case you're wondering just kind of how I progressed through the game. I've got 121 with Cryptarch, got 41 with the Vanguard, 31 with the Crucible, and 60 with Dead Orbit. So that was a look at my 335 Hunter and everything in his inventory, the weapons he uses, the exotics and stuff like that. Let me know if you want to see another video on my Warlock and my Titan when they hit 335. They're currently close, but let me know if you want to see another video on those. I'll put in the description my guides on how to farm exotics and also how to rank up fast, in case you're wondering how to get to 335 as quickly as possible. But drop a like rating on this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.